Welcome back to Millers in Motion. I'm Ryan,
I'm Lauren.
and we're living full-time in our Grand Design Solitude 390 RK. And if it's your first time here, do us a favor and consider subscribing and then hit that little bell notification so you know when we come out with videos, which is Saturday. But we do fun stuff every once in a while. So, what are we talking about today? Well, I know I posed that as a question and you looked at me. What we're talking about today is it's just a hair over a year of actually living full-time in our solitude. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about the things we've liked, the things we haven't liked, and maybe a thing we would have changed.
And some surprise questions for him.
Surprise. Well, then, okay. Why don't you roll right into one of whatever you want to start with?
All right. Is there something you thought you would miss about the house that you don't actually miss?
Space.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Space is probably the biggest one. You know, you talk about going from a 2,000-ish square foot house down to a 400-ish square foot RV.
Right.
And I honestly thought space, and I say space like stuff, like closet room, room for the dogs, room for us, all of those things. I thought we would absolutely be on top of each other. And there are times we are. Yeah. But for the most part, it's been great.
It's what walks at the park and things are for.
It's gotten us out of the RV, which is good.
It's true. Mine's a dishwasher. When we came into this, I was like, oh my gosh, we have to wash our dishes every day. We don't have a dishwasher anymore. And I really don't miss it.
No, it's not that big of a deal. We also, as a disclaimer, use paper plates. So we throw stuff away a little bit. So we're not doing our part for the trash community, but... Okay. Well, also, it's Saturday morning. You're seeing this live in action. I've been hard at work planning the RV Unplugged rally, so hopefully we will see you there in like a week and a half. Yeah. But it's also Donut Saturday, so...
Yes, and we are treating ourselves today because we're celebrating this. So let's go get donuts and coffee.
Donuts! All right. You put me on the spot, so now I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
So what's one thing that you absolutely miss from the house?
The bathtub. You know how like you have a good workout and you just want to soak in a nice hot bath, or I'm always cold, so I like that warmth. I kind of miss the bathtub.
So for me, one thing I do actually miss from the house is just being able to open the door and let the dogs be outside and let them be outside for an extended period of time. You know, that we take them on walks and they get to see a lot of stuff and there's a lot of advantages, but the one downside is we don't have a dedicated outdoor space that we can go to. We do sometimes, like we have a dog park right now, but you can't just open the door up and sit on your own patio furniture and let them play and wrestle outside for hours on end. It's, 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, that kind of a thing. So it's not really a mine. It's more I feel bad for the dogs sometimes. They also get to see some pretty cool stuff and go on long walks, so I don't feel that bad for them.
All right, next question. What are our best and worst purchases?
Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Why don't you go first?
So I'm going to start with best purchase because positivity first, dang it. I'm going to go with our new smoker. Shocker, right? All right. I like it a lot better than the last one. I didn't think I would. It's got its own little quirks like everything does, but the quality of it and what it's done so far has been great. And it allows us to cook anything we want to, for the most part, outside. Okay. So that's my favorite thing we've bought so far. Worst, I don't know that there's a worst necessarily, and please take this with some context. There's nothing that we've bought that I've just truly fully hated. But I think there's some things that we purchased that we didn't need or utilize. And so for the moment, I'm going to say our Harvest Host membership. I know that's shocking. Oh. Don't crucify me. And let me start by saying I think it's a phenomenal thing. And with the intent we had to use for it, it would have been a great purchase. And so the membership itself is amazing. We bought it in January thinking we'd use it on the way down to Florida and for other trips. We haven't used it once because we travel so hard. So the only reason it's a worse purchase for us is because we paid whatever it was for the year, and we did the Boondockers Welcome Edition as well, and golf courses and everything. We bought the Uber package, and we've yet to use it in 4 months. So that's why it's the worst. We just haven't used it. What about you?
All right, so my worst actually went right along with that, is that we purchased some apps and memberships that I don't think that we needed and we haven't used at all. And so it's not that they were bad purchases. We had the right intention, but we just didn't know that we wouldn't eat them. So it was kind of a little bit of a waste of money. And granted, it wasn't like a lot of money, but if you have to pick a worst, that's what it is. As far as a best, I'm sticking to it. It's the solar. That gives us so much flexibility. I know that was a big, giant purchase. But yeah, I stick to the solar was our best purchase.
I'd like to change my answer because without the solar and boondocking, I can't actually use the grill. Also, if you're interested in our solar setup, make sure and go check out the 2 videos we did with that. One of them is actually over our batteries, which we did with Todd from the NRVTA and RV Unplugged and everything else the guy does. But he has his own battery company called Big Beer Batteries. If you're interested in more information about that, you can find the link below. Here is a what we're talking about today bonus clip. She's laughing at me. If you ever want to know about good donut places, and I'm not talking about like the Krispy Kremes of the world and all that stuff, but like legitimate hole-in-the-wall good places, this one seems to have like a sixth sense for donuts. It's this one up here. And that's what we're going to right now. So we like the hole-in-the-wall mom and pop places, not so much the big chain ones. And Dunkin' Donuts is fine, Krispy Kreme is fine. In a pinch, these are better. Well, we've gotten all the donuts. My little donut trick, by the way, I always get something savory. Not that you can see it, but it's a little ham and cheese croissant because donuts upset my tummy if I just eat donuts. And then also, we never do Starbucks, but we did.
Really don't. We haven't been in forever.
Yeah, so we did Starbucks. There's a debate: Starbucks or Dutch Bros.
It depends on the season.
For us, it does. Starbucks is a winter thing. We like their hot drinks better, but Dutch Bros cold drinks are phenomenal.
That's right.
All right, so while we go through our sugar spread, what has been the hardest thing about RVing since we started?
So for us, because we come back and like work and the way that we travel is a little different than maybe other full-time RVers, for me it's kind of been the RV parks because the way they're advertised isn't always how they are when you get there, and like we want certain things for the dogs and certain things for ourselves, and keeping a certain schedule, we can't really afford to get somewhere and find out that it's loud at night or you know, certain things like that. So for me it's really been finding the RV park where we're going to stay and that sort of thing.
And as a disclaimer, we do have we pay a monthly rate at a site in the North Texas area.
Right.
Because we do have to come back for your in-person job, and I have a little bit of one too. It's a little more flexible, but yours is not.
And then they tried to like go up on the rate on that, and it wasn't anyways, it was kind of a bitter moment. But so for me, that's kind of been it. So if at some point in the future we found a place that we owned to park our RV, that might be ideal.
Right.
We'd still keep the RV. Not looking for a house, but that would at least give me the more consistency I was looking for.
Yeah.
So.
For me, it's learning to chill. Just let go, right?
That's true.
I think I finally had the light bulb or aha moment when we were driving to Florida, because I'm a planner by nature. I mean, with event management and financial forecasts and business development, I'm very analytical. I'm very, I write everything out, and it's thought about, and there's a game plan. And so I had done that for Florida,
right?
Because we had to kind of haul down there pretty fast.
Yeah. I
had the Harvest Host days that we didn't use.
That's true.
And I had the Cracker Barrel stops, and I had how many hours, how many days, where we're stopping, gas stations, everything. And literally got shot in the foot when we hit an hour and a half of traffic within 15 minutes of leaving. And so learning to let go of all of that stuff and trusting someone else. I trust you. I'm talking to you.
I wasn't sure.
I trust Lauren with everything, but there's still that letting go of the planning process, which is allowing her to kind of do that on the fly. And in doing that, we found out that it actually fits how we travel better to just kind of get on the road and wing it. I mean, obviously we have our destination in mind, and we know roughly how far we want to go.
That's right. It fits our travel better when he trusts me and doesn't control the whole thing.
So I'm going to say the hardest part for me has been letting go of that. But I feel like I've been doing better since the Florida Super Show.
And I agree. You have. I am entirely distracted because there is a policeman in a cowboy hat trying to arrest somebody in a pink onesie with a shopping cart.
Oh. She's not lying.
Life's better with sprinkled donuts, just to say. Anyways, all right. So what is your favorite part of RV life, or something you love about this new lifestyle?
I'm glad I get to go first because I'm pretty sure you're going to steal this one. To be honest, it's been meeting all the people.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. I'm happy I got to go first then because I was struggling to find. I mean, there's a lot of them, but big ones, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, and I know that has a little bit to do with the YouTube channel.
Sure.
But as a whole, realistically, you get to meet people.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've met a lot of amazing people. I mean, some of our best friends we met through RVing, even before we had the RV. But it was still through RVing, and that's Chris and Martha, who we get to see this week. Okay. What about you?
So I kind of have two things. The first thing was a little, no, I knew you were going to say that, so I thought of something else. The first thing that I didn't know that I needed was living lighter. We had so much stuff at the house and so much responsibility and always something. And so this whole being lighter thing, I really enjoy. But second is how much we're both learning. We're always trying to look at the way something works and how to make it better and how to fix it and how to work on it, that sort of stuff. And so I enjoy seeing that in you, and I enjoy seeing us try to do that together.
Thanks, Todd, for when I mess it up and I have to call you.
Well, but you know, like things happen in an RV, and it's easier if you can fix it yourself.
Sure.
And so I really like that we're both learning that.
Well, we've plugged other stuff. Well, might as well go ahead and throw in here that it's no secret that Lauren enjoys education. So if you are interested in learning more about your RV, you can definitely check out the NRVTA has a home tech course.
Yeah.
You can do, and then also you can go do, as an owner, you can do the RV fundamentals class at the NRVTA, which is super hands-on. So, and again, we're not trying to shamelessly plug stuff, but there are links below for all of those things. So if you're curious about doing any of them, just check those out.
Just things we're passionate about that we found really useful.
Yep. Okay, let's head back to the RV because you got to go ride your pony.
Yes.
What is your favorite location, place, whatever, or even maybe an activity that you've done since we started RVing?
I really liked Santa Fe. I thought that we really indulged in it. Like, we did the cuisine, we did the touristy stuff, we did not touristy stuff. We really got out and explored, and I really like Santa Fe.
I guess it's only fair. I stole yours on the last one, so she stole mine. But I'm going to actually stick and reiterate on Santa Fe.
Okay.
Because it is my favorite place. Now, I say that in terms of I do feel like that's the first place we went and fully immersed.
We really did.
And it's two of my favorite videos. They're probably not the best videos we did analytically for whatever reason, but the two videos we did from out there, one doing all the national park stuff, which I know it's national monuments and all that, but National Park Service stuff that's out there, and then actually doing Santa Fe itself. They're two of my favorite videos to go back and watch.
Like cinematography kind
Yep,
of way.
I was just happy with them all around. And so if you haven't checked them out, please check them out. I'm actually really proud of those videos. Yeah. And to be honest with you, it was travel for us. And, you know, for us, the catalyst for RVing, what is traveling? It's getting out. The RV is the vehicle. While we love it and we wouldn't trade it for the world, it is about the destination for us. And so we hope to do more things like that in the very near future.
That's right.
All right, well, we made it back after our sugar coma.
That's right. Home sweet home. Last question. What are goals for next year?
So I would say one of my biggest goals is I want to see some new destinations. You know, the whole point of this was to meet people, but then also kind of get out and do more things. And so, you know, I want to move the rig a little bit more, and hopefully we can make that happen and go hang out with some new people.
Not that we don't love our people, but we want to meet more of you.
Yep.
So, all right. So I kind of build on that a little bit. Yes, I want to see something new that we haven't seen or done before. And then we have 2 projects in the works that we'll tell you about as they come to fruition.
So we want those to end or to take place, essentially, is the other thing. So.
They're good things. It's just a lot of work.
It is. It is a lot of work. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully you like this little what we like and dislike lifestyle piece. I don't know what to call it.
Celebration of being a year.
Yeah, pretty much. But again, we wouldn't trade it for the absolute world at this moment.
And we didn't kill each other in the small space like everybody said we would.
Okay, but with all that, we will see you guys next week. Be sure to stay tuned because we have a ton of fun stuff coming up. So the season finale of RV Unplugged is coming up, and we have a lot of fun things going around that.
That's right. So until next time, bye, Mom.